Hola, amigos. Eastern America here. Please subscribe, please like, please share, hit that notification button. I want to talk about Mexico for a moment. I know I haven't posted my video. I'm going to work on that. Maybe I can include a photo in the when I do this thing. No names mentioned, of course. But I was down in Mexico for a month, and I want to talk about the food, bait, and switch tactic in some of the restaurants in Mexico. And I'll go ahead and not mention names on these two restaurants, just two, in 2 months, in two instances, so it only happened twice that I could see. And I'm sure this is done in America and maybe every other country in the world, so it's probably something that we don't normally see so clearly and so visibly. So I was in Playa del Carmen, and I will just go as far as to say it was a German restaurant, and they have this prime rib that's really spectacular. So you might already know who they are, and you might find them. But if you learn from this, I think, and if it helps you and it prevents it from happening to you, that's a good thing. And I think another thing when you're in Mexico, do not tell people it's your last day. If they ask you when you're flying out, do not tell them. Exaggerate and tell them it's a couple days later, because it seems to me that that's when things go wrong. And yes, I did mention, I think in both those occasions, that I had a few days left or whatever, or that, like, the second place I'm going to talk about is this other place in the hotel zone in Cancun. But in that case, I think I told them I had another Thursday, and I'll talk about them last, but I'll talk about this German place. They had this prime rib. It was available only on Sundays, and they did boost it up one weekend and did it Saturday and Sunday. But it was my last day in Playa del Carmen, and I had another 2 weeks left in Cancun. And I did notice this prime rib floating around. I already had it, and it normally came with the sauerkraut. You got the sauerkraut, and you got a baked potato, and then you got the prime rib, and you could ask for the horseradish sauce, which I like to put on my prime rib. And I did see this prime rib floating around in the afternoon. I saw a prime rib. I saw the guy running around with it in the afternoon. I didn't think much of it. And, of course, I sit at the bar, and I was knocking a few back, and later in the evening, I told them that I wanted to get that prime rib, and later in the evening, I was asked, do you still want the prime rib? I wasn't really thinking about eating, but I said yes, because this thing is only offered, on Sundays, and it might have been a Sunday. And it was maybe, I saw that thing moving around about 4 p.m. What caught my attention only had two things on it. It was missing the side. I notice things. I'm very observant in restaurants anywhere I go, especially Mexico. Even where I live, I scan my sectors, I look around. And so they brought me that prime rib, and I dived into it, and I asked them about the sauerkraut. So the guy acted amazed. Oh, you want sauerkraut? And he brings the sauerkraut also. So I brought in a little small type bowl thing, and I started diving in, eating it, and I did notice this thing was fatty. I hadn't had a prime rib. It was fatty. Maybe it was the edge of the prime rib, but it was just fat, a lot of fat. It was unusual because all the other prime ribs were pretty lean, and I kind of finished it up, and I'm telling you, I figured out that thing got baited. I got baited, and it got switched. It was someone who refused to eat that. They took it back to the kitchen, probably kept it under a heat lamp. I'm telling you, I know it in my bones. This is true. Okay, now I'm going to go back to this other place in Hotel Zone. Talk about this. This was my last week. And this really frustrated me because I think both of these types of meals were around $30 US, and I'm just going to tell you, they have on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They have all you can eat chicken wings or chicken tenders. I got off the chicken wings after the first two times. I was there for a month, and I stayed there for the first week, and I showed up. That was Cancun, so I went to Playa del Carmen and did my last 2 weeks back in Cancun. Good bit of it downtown instead of the hotel zone, but you can take R1, which is a bus from downtown to Cancun and vice versa. Downtown Cancun to hotel zone, R1. And so, anyway, just to know, 12 pesos to get on the bus. It's a little more than 50 cents, maybe 55 cents, something like that. US, half a dollar, just a little bit. But because if it's 20 pesos to the dollar, it's 12 pesos to get on the bus. But going back to the hotel zone, this restaurant, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I got off those chicken wings because they had a twang about them. I'm not sure if they're trying to get rid of them, but Tuesdays and Thursdays only all you can eat chicken wings or chicken tenders. And I know that chicken tenders are normally frozen processed food, so I jumped onto the frozen, onto the chicken tenders, chicken tenders, and doing great, all you can eat. And out of nowhere, after having about 3 bowls of this stuff, this lady brings me a bowl of chicken wings. Oh, no. And I'm going, she's going like, well, you ordered this. And I went like, no. I've been eating chicken tenders all night. I'm on all you can eat chicken tenders only. She said, but you want this. Oh, she just went on and on with her supposed broken English. I'm sure this woman spoke good English. It's hard to tell, but, I called the manager over. Nobody was backing down. I was going to have to eat this bowl. So I got infuriated, and I paid the lady, and I never touched that bowl of those chicken wings. Well, let me tell you something. I thought about it later. That was another bait and switch. That was someone else's plate. See, in Mexico, and I'm sure it's the same everywhere, no one wants to waste anything, particularly restaurant managers, owners, whatever. And so they were taking someone else's chicken wings and trying to give them to me. And no, I'm not going to eat somebody else's chicken wings that were sitting on their table because they refused to eat it. Or maybe they were on the all-you-can-eat chicken wings. Yes. And that was a bowl brought and they maybe left. Or maybe these people shuffled some of his leftover chicken wings that he didn't touch on his bowl and put them in another bowl, and now I got a bowl in front of me that must have been someone else's chicken wings. So I'm just telling you, when you go to restaurants in Mexico, keep an eye out. Look at the food, watch it come out. It's not 100 proof. I know it's not 100%. It may not work, but and again, I think America, if they're doing that, which they could be. They're much more discreet. You would never, I've never seen a bait and switch, but I saw it twice in Mexico, and it was kind of obvious, So I'm telling you, just be careful down in Mexico. And they say people getting sick down there, food poisoning. I'm not saying that that's what it was. I never got sick. I ate a burrito that was extremely greasy. I don't call that food sickness. But I had to stick around in the room for 3 days, and that was just sitting down. So no big deal, but I just couldn't be far away from the restroom. But that was 3 days. I don't think that was food sickness. But anyway, just be on your game wherever you are in the world, because this is not cool. Okay, I just want to share that. Please subscribe, please like, please share, hit that notification button. And thank you. I much appreciate you. Talk to you later. And please leave your comments in the comments section. No one's ever commenting. I would love to get some comments. All right. Talk to you later.